Hi guys, this is my Where Are They Now 2025 Southern Charm cast update, one of my favorite shows of all time. Let's catch up with current and past cast members like Craig, Thomas, Austen, Madison, Cameran, Chelsea, Kathryn, Naomi, and more. We have a lot to get through and a lot of water under the Ravenel Bridge with this group. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the belle of the ball, Craig Conover. Craig Conover was born in Fenwick Island, Delaware on February 9th, 1989. His dad's name is Craig Conover Sr. He's an entrepreneur and his mom's name is Martha. He attended the College of Charleston for his undergrad. Of course, he was a frat boy, and then graduated from the Charleston School of Law. He was sworn in by the South Carolina Bar February 20th, 2018. But Craig has so much more going on than just being a lawyer. Not that it's just a lawyer, but still. He has appeared on multiple reality shows like Summer House, Winter House, and has been a main cast member on Southern Charm since the very first season. He's an OG and has grown from being like kind of the butt of jokes to a force to be reckoned with, a master entrepreneur, a self-made heartthrob, shall we say. By the way, of course, Craig's my favorite, I gotta say. In the early seasons of Charm, the cast was super hard on Craig for his Martha Stewart hobbies like sewing, gardening, and his apparent non-follow-through for being a lawyer initially. He is the one who brought Naomie Olindo onto the series as his girlfriend, but they ended up breaking up a few seasons later, and overall it was a pretty toxic relationship. They fought a lot, and in my opinion, Naomi was way too hard on Craig in certain instances. Craig founded the company Sewing Down South, which has been on HSN and has stores open now. He is the Pillow King, has turned his passion into a business. And he also has a few restaurants where he's investing in, including one that just opened in Charleston called By the Way. And he has a podcast called Pillows and Beer with Austen, which was inspired by their drunken antics on Instagram Lives during the pandemic. Craig is also a very staunch conspiracy theorist. He even believes that pandas aren't real and stuff like that. So he has quirks, but I mean, at this point, sometimes conspiracy theories are the truth. Like, what is the truth at this point in the world? There's a lot going on with Craig, but what he is in the news for lately is his big breakup with Paige Dorbo from Summer House. They had been dating for 3 years and marriage was definitely on the table. Apparently, just before the holidays, Craig says that he was just shocked. So I'm assuming that she broke up with him. They were the it couple for Bravo, the freaking Will and Kate of Bravo, guys. And Craig seems heartbroken. He said something like, it's like they're your best friend and we went from talking 3 times a day and now they're just gone. So Craigie is not doing so well right now. One thing I never want to hear again is them calling each other chicken. So that's the only thing I'm happy about. That being said, he of course won't be single for long, ladies, and I have a feeling Paige might regret this decision. I don't know. I like her too though. Next, let's talk about Austen Kroll. Austen Kroll was born in Washington, D.C. on June 16, 1987, as the second-born child and only son of Tom Kroll and Wendy Kroll. Fun fact, Austen's dad worked for the FBI. So Austen's older sister, though, in very tragic, sad news, his older sister, Kyle, died in August 1994 at the age of 9 after, I guess, they had just moved to North Carolina. It's a very sad story. She fell while on a family hike at Chimney Rock Park. He revealed what happened to another cast member named Chelsea and then to the entire cast on Southern Charm, so he did open up about it. He says it was a very dark chapter in his family and that his parents didn't want him to be an only child, so they eventually decided to have another child, which is his younger sister Katie, who makes appearances on the show. And Austen's family seems very close, a very solid family. Austen has a bit of a reputation as, you know, the F-boy on the show. He came in as this charming Shep Jr., but then he had a tumultuous relationship with Chelsea, tumultuous relationship with Madison. He was caught by her basically cheating, and he had this messy situationship with Sierra from Summer House, and you know he's hooked up with just a lot of people at this point, let's not lie. So Austen, though, is kind of lovable and is partners with Craig on his podcast, and the two restaurants, Carriage House in New York and By the Way in Charleston. He also owns a beer called Trop Hop, and seems like he just launched a new flavor, a peach flavored beer, which I think will do well. He's been traveling mostly, you know, with family, etc., and has just been living the life. Who knows what his relationship with Craig is right now, though, because hopefully it's gotten better. Let's go to Dany Barrett, who was an ongoing cast member for a bit there. Dany Barrett is born May 14th, 1984. She's a Taurus, and she came into the series in 2014. She had, at that point, dated Shep and then became Kathryn Dennis's almost protector and close friends in the later years, almost to a fault, to be honest with you. In one of the seasons, the most controversial moment in Dany's whole thing on Southern Charm was when Madison revealed on a cast trip that apparently Shep had given Dany chlamydia, which she denied. I mean, they both denied it, but it was kind of was it true? Was it not? I don't think they just wanted it to be public, but I mean, it's almost too crazy to make that up. Not her or Shep fessed up on national television, all I know. Anyways, since leaving the show, Dany met a guy and had a baby. When she announced her baby's birth, she had said, "Hello world, my big media debut has been long overdue. I'm dumbstruck that our little man Yates turned 4 months old this week. He has brought us much more joy and love than we could ever have imagined. He's absolutely perfect. Baby Yates is the cutest thing ever, and I'm happy that Dany kind of found her happy ending after the drama on Southern Charm." Let's go to Naomie Olindo. Naomie Olindo was born in Nice, France on August 4th, 1992. As the only child of Joel and Carol. Her family moved to Charleston in the year 2000 and have opened a restaurant called Nico. Naomie was in a relationship with Craig between 2014 and 2017. Then she was in a relationship with a doctor called Mitul Shah, an anesthesiologist, between until 2021. She had just moved in with him and for him somewhere where he had to continue his studies, and then she immediately discovered that he was reportedly cheating on her, so she packed up her bags and returned to Charleston, and she said that she basically had to beg to come back to Southern Charm. She also hooked up with Craig while Craig was casually dating Paige in Vegas. Anyways, after that season, though, she left again, which I thought was so strange because she had begged to come back. Anyways, Naomie seems to be single, or at least hasn't really revealed anything online about her personal life. She recently bought a new house that she calls her dream house in December, and she's doing well overall for herself and has a dog named Olive. She was seen at Craig's restaurant, By the Way, which is not that surprising, to be honest, but fans, of course, were freaking out about that and think, oh, they're getting back together. She also traveled with Chelsea somewhat recently. Let's talk about Thomas Ravenel. So Thomas Ravenel was born in August 1962. He is the son of a former Representative Arthur Ravenel Jr. from South Carolina, and his family is very well known and blue-blooded. The Ravenel Bridge in Charleston is actually named after his family, and he was South Carolina's treasurer in 2007, but then was indicted on federal cocaine distribution charges, and it kind of kiboshed his whole political career, in my opinion. Although he did try to run for political office again, as we saw on the show, but he did not get reelected. Anyways, as we know, he has 2 kids with Kathryn Dennis, Kensington, and Saint. Apparently, the kids live with him, and he welcomed another son, Jonathan Jackson Ravenel, in 2020 with his apparently good friend, Heather Masco. Thomas was a main character on the show, but he did go through some accusations and legal stuff and then stopped appearing. His relationship with Kathryn has been, TV gold, but really messy. And also, there's just been a lot of co-parenting drama throughout the years on the show. He recently took his daughter Kenzie on a father-daughter European vacation, and by all appearances, it seems like he is a good father. Let's go to Shep Rose. So Shepard was born September 27th, 1979. His dad is a lawyer, and his mom's name is Frances. He has an older sister, Kathryn, and a younger brother, Whitaker. His family moved to Hilton Head Island when he was 2, so he grew up there, where basically he will tell you he had an idyllic childhood. He actually went to school with Teddy Mellencamp at one time from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Shep has a Master of Business Administration from Vanderbilt University. He's incredibly smart, actually, despite kind of acting airheaded sometimes. Shep has been traveling a lot this year. He went to Italy with his family and even to Wimbledon. He also went to Montana and Ireland recently, and so lots of traveling is going on with him. He then returned to Hilton Head to spend time with his family for the holidays and even shared a gummy shark with his nephew. Let's talk about Chelsea. Chelsea Meissner, I don't know what her last name sounds like. Chelsea was born in June 1985 and was also raised partly in Hilton Head, South Carolina, like Shep. In 2012, she competed on season 24 Survivor, where she placed 3rd overall. I don't know if they brought this up on the show. She joined the cast in 2016 and then had some type of romance with Austen between seasons 4 and 5, and was later linked to a sailor named Nick. She had a baby in 2023, but has been super private on social media. We know basically nothing about who the baby's father is, except that apparently it was a new guy, and we kind of think the baby is a girl. She's only posted her hand in this post and had said, 2023, the year I became a mother and experienced the profound magnitude of true love. Now let's go to Chelsea's Podna, Cameran Eubanks. Cameran Eubanks was born in November 1983 in Anderson, South Carolina. She's been married to Jason since April 12th, 2014, and they have one child, a girl named Palmer. So Cameran announced that she was not going to return to Southern Charm kind of unexpectedly, and it was so strange, and many people thought that this was because maybe she learned that Kathryn was going to bring up rumors about her marriage on the show. Anyways, Jason and Cam celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary, and Palmer is growing up fast. Here she was on July 4th. She is 7 now, guys, and Cameran has just great taste in dresses, by the way, and keeps in touch with some people of the cast, notably Chelsea, Naomi, and Shep. Leva Bonaparte. So Leva's parents immigrated to the US when she was a child, and she is married to her husband Lamar and has a child, Lamar Jr., who's about Palmer's age. And she and her husband own a variety of restaurants in Charleston, And although we don't see Leva on Southern Charm anymore, I mean, is she a cast member? I don't even know at this point. She has a spinoff called Southern Hospitality that is pretty good. It's like Vanderpump Rules of the South, and she is Lisa Vanderpump or something, if you want my Bravo analogy. And Kathryn Dennis. So Kathryn was born August 6, 1991. She is a Leo, and Kathryn was born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina, and has major family roots there. She is a descendant of John C. Calhoun, the 7th Vice President of the United States of America. Kathryn still sees her kids, despite Kenzie and Saint being with Thomas most of the time. She had announced that she was going back to school earlier this year with no additional details, but then in May, news circulated about her getting a DUI. According to an article by TMZ, it said, cops in Goose Creek, South Carolina, booked the former Southern Charm star after they say she was involved in a 3-car collision. In documents obtained by TMZ, a responding officer described Kathryn's alleged state at the accident scene as being impaired with glossy eyes and an odor of alcohol coming from her person. So, I mean, I wish Kathryn all the best. She's just been through so much just personally, and I hope that she really gets it together and is able to have a happy life. And now, Madison LeCroy. So Madison was born October 6, 1990. She was born in Greenville, South Carolina, and came onto the show as Austen's love interest and has been a cast member ever since. She is a straight up bombshell and has a son named Hudson and a new husband, Fireman Brett. In a recent episode of Southern Charm, Madison revealed that Brett had thyroid cancer and that doctors had found some abnormal blood work and a tumor or something on his kidney. She provided an update about Brett in January on an Instagram story and said that Brett is doing so well. We're beyond thankful for him and thrilled to see him getting better every day. Madison's son Hudson recently made the honor roll, and Madison, of course, was super proud. She's also planning on launching a sleepwear line called LeCroy. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Pretty please, it would help me so much. I hate to beg, but I'm begging. And thank you for watching my Southern Charm Where Are They Now 2025 complete update. Bye, guys!